hiding me, mate?
Hello and welcome. Think we're going live. I don't want to hide you, Errol.
Oh,
Of course not. Why would I? We're live. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us on another live stream here, where, of course, we had to break our silence because remember, like 2 days ago, I said we're going into silence mode. I said that 2 days ago on our Telegram channel because we are embarking on the next step along the journey.
Circumstances change.
And the circumstances change. Absolutely. That's why we're unpredictable. And that is the nature of a maverick, the biggest danger to the system. And we heard quite a thing yesterday from you, Errol. How dare you? How dare you stand in your power, in your truth, even though you probably would have anticipated that. Once again, we can't do that here on planet Earth, Errol. We can't have this aggressive, principle-based orientation. It's too much for people, and because we want to keep everyone in the fishbowl bubble of perception where you are still on a level of being under control, we can't have that, Errol. Okay, we need to take care that people want to be entertained still, not hear the truth.
Big echo. What do you mean, big echo? What big echo?
I don't think so. We're on a roll. We don't let ourselves be distracted by anyone.
Talking shit again. Look, fucking bombing.
Yeah. So let me just say that I myself was challenged big time by the license to kill. But that means I'm in shock of what I've heard, and now I can let the process start of integrating what I've just heard. So what the reptilian mindset would do, the reptilian brain, is be reactive and come out with things like, oh, we can't have more bloodshed. Well, how is it that they're allowed to kill all of humanity if it were up to them? Because they just see us as a food source to them. That's okay, but when we go for the kill, suddenly it becomes a problem. So what is the dynamics at play here? How is it that people, what I would say, are incredibly resistant to the fragrance of actual, real truth in the world today? How is that?
Because of the domestication of humanity. That's why. Through New Age guruism, hippie movement kicked it off, which morphed into the New Age movement and this fake bullshit spirituality where you sit cross-legged in a fucking tent and just a vision, flowers and roses, and that there's a protective bubble over you made of light, and flowers sprout out your ears and your head and your nose, and nothing else matters anymore. Never mind the problems that's happening in the world. Don't worry about what's going on out there, because it's all inside here. And if your perception is dark of the world, then it's within you. And there's something that you have to fix within you and yourself, because everything is a projection. Everything outside of yourself is a projection of yourself. And yeah, all this bullshit. That's why.
That's very good explanation in my book. I had it again today, actually, flicking through the alphabetic site on Telegram. So for some reason, it looks like, according to the opinions of some, all you can do is do your inner work, your shadow work, but please, you have to respect that the archetypal energy of evil and the meaning also representative of the archetypal figure of Satan, oh, you can't deal with that. It cannot be eradicated because according to this bullshit that I came across today, evil is encoded within the terrain, within the environment, and you can't get rid of it. So what's that?
Yeah, first of all, evil does not belong to this terrain. It is not of this terrain or this realm, okay? However, there is a self-defense mechanism built within the nature of the terrain, in nature, okay? When every species in nature is under a threat, it defends itself innately. Nothing innately, okay? That's not evil. That's not evil. Evil is it's injected into this experiment, I would say, from an external force which doesn't belong here. However, they would like to have you believe that they are from here, and even like to have you believe that they were here before us, which is a lot of bullshit. They don't belong here. They don't belong here. They're invaders. Evil is not in our nature. Self-protection is, defense is, violence is. Evil is not inherent to our nature. It really isn't.
So you would say there's a difference between violence and evil?
Big time, yeah.
And it can be observed, can't it, in nature?
Yeah, it's everywhere, you know. I mean, most of the species in nature, they like to fight with each other, you know, just to see how strong they are. It's natural to want to know how strong you are physically, mentally, spiritually, so that you know what you're capable of, so that you know what you are. So you have to have something to test yourself with. You have to have something that can show you back. Nature has to challenge you. Without challenge, okay, there's no evolution. Growth and evolution does not happen in comfort zone. Comfort zone, which is where entire humanity is in right now at the moment. Comfort bubble, comfort zone. Don't worry about anything. Be comfortable, you know. Live in a nice warm house. Don't worry about your heating. It's all paid for, natural central heating, you know. And you've got your nice warm showers on a cold January morning. You help yourself to a nice cup of coffee. Have all the luxuries you need. Just be comfortable, okay? Because these Satanists are very afraid of us being uncomfortable, because that's where we begin to grow and evolve and become strong and become dangerous for them and uncontrollable. They can't control a man with nothing to lose. You know?
That's the definition of freedom, isn't it?
That's the definition of freedom, is when you're independent of anything and anyone. You're not dependent on anything. You're independent. The only thing you're dependent on is yourself and nature, yourself and your environment, your natural habitat. That's when you're truly free, and that's when they can't control you or even get to you or touch you. That's why they're all about trying to create dependency. Okay, they want to create dependency, get you addicted to things, so that you can never be independent and free. And you're always dependent on them, and they call the shots for your life.
And one of the big things that also comes to mind for me, because this is the war, okay? I said this also in the introduction text that I wrote for this live stream, and it needs emphasizing, this should be to wake us up, because evil is deceptive. We need to keep remembering that we are at war here. And it doesn't make much difference, and actually makes the situation far worse when we are in a reactive mode to a clear and present danger that is happening right now. and be in a reactive mode when there is a problem. And there is quite obviously a problem on this planet. I mean, one has to be blind and completely programmed when looking at the last 2 years. So this is where I want to talk a little bit about the situation in Canada right now with the truckers. And considering if there is a bigger play happening here, because I loved the video that someone posted on the Gnostic Takeover, because the guy nailed it right there, is the problem that we have in the Western world is that people only start engaging when they come out of their comfort zone, when they suddenly feel uncomfortable. That's the problem. Because for long enough, people look the other way. They don't want to change anything. They continue paying taxes. They continue letting the mafia run their country, bomb other countries. And then already in 2015 here in Europe, we've had the refugee crisis. People, oh yeah, just come, refugees welcome, because I don't want to be a racist. I don't be a right-wing bigot. Oh, just come. Oh, let's not look and ask the question, why the fuck are millions of people suddenly wanting to come to Europe from Africa, from the Middle East, and from all places around the world? What the fuck's going on here on this planet? So everyone looks the other way. Oh, I've still got my job. I can still do this. I can still. And now suddenly the Muslims are here. Fascism is full blown in your face, and everyone's waiting for something needs to happen. And then they get tricked. So then I want to be talking about this trucker situation. People come out with, yeah, finally, people are uniting. They're uniting behind something, and it's good that the truckers are going in there and they're blockading the city, when it is all reaction-based. So where is your long-term project? Where is the long-term thinking? What I'm alluding to is reactionary behavior to symptoms and not going to the cause of the problem. The cause of the problem is that we do not know what the truth is. And when encountering the truth, we don't want anything to do with that. That's too aggressive. So how would you see the situation, like in Western countries, in this domestication, in this matrix of the comfort zone? People only do something or get going when there's something wrong with them. And how do you see the situation in Canada right now?
Yeah, so what I'm going to say is what nobody's going to like. Everybody gets what they deserve. So nobody's standing up to the Satanists, which is the real problem. Then they deserve to get fucked, and they should get fucked. Shall I elaborate?
Please do.
It's simple. If you're going to complain about a problem, okay, which you're in, which is your problem, and you're not willing to do anything about it, then you deserve to be in that situation. So if you want the problem gone, then you got to get off your ass and fix it. You got to take them down. Okay? Because they will keep giving you this, that to make you feel comfortable so that you don't do anything. And all they're giving you is just lies. Nothing but lies. Now, I made a 5-minute video yesterday called License to Kill. Every single word I said on that video was true. It was coming from here. And if you're not feeling this, okay, then you deserve what you get. Because if you're not feeling this the way I'm feeling, the way I was feeling in that video, then what the hell are you doing here? You can't be human. You're harvested. You're already harvested. You're taken over.
You either take over
You either take over or you get taken over. That's the way it goes. Yeah?
This is a soul test, isn't it? It's a soul test here on planet Earth right now, where shit is hitting the fan, and we better be on the right side, better make the right choice. When you make the choice for freedom, you have to align with the truth, and in all probability, it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Yeah. We have to be uncomfortable. To be uncomfortable is it's an amazing gift, because it's a kick up in your ass so that you get off your ass and do something about the situation. If you want to live, if you want to survive. If you want to perish, then it doesn't matter. Just bend over for them and just perish. But if you want to live, if you love life, okay, and if you want to live, then you better get off your ass and do something about it. That's how it works. It's the most basic principle of evolution. Yeah.
And I just want to remind everyone that the truth is the biggest mystery of our life. And it doesn't look like people expect it looks like. Certainly didn't look like that for me. You see, there's a reason behind why we keep going in the ice cold water every day. Because then everything changes. Your perception changes. And even I had to admit to you, Errol, yesterday that I'm having to take some time to integrate this one. Didn't take as long as I thought, because now it has sunk in. Because I know we've been so domesticated to not pull the trigger, to not recognize that we have to eliminate evil. Because otherwise, if you give cancer, these cancer cells, just a little bit, oh yeah, you can have this little bit here and you can stay there. We don't have to eradicate you completely. Oh yeah, let it grow once again. Just restart the whole matrix once again. Why would you start the whole matrix again when we've already dealt with the matrix? You don't have to reboot it again. Do we want to end up in this place we're in right now again? It's the question. It's a question. Do you want to end up in this hell we've been living in the last 2 years, and what they had planned, what they would have had planned if people like me and Errol wouldn't have switched on and said, I'm not going to depend on anyone else doing the Rainer Fulmix of this world, the David Icks of this world, the Mark Passios of this world, or Max Egan, or anyone, the lawyers, the doctors, the experts. Where have the experts ever got us? Where? And hasn't it always been the maverick spirit, completely uncontrollable? The guy you call the craziest is the one who moves on humanity. The crazy guy. Because normality is insanity. What we've been conditioned to become is insanity. And when someone is natural and in the truth, he will be looked by the insane to be the insane one. That's what he'll be looked at. When he's in the truth, like Errol was yesterday. How do you do it, Errol?
It's simple. How can you not do it? That's the question. How can you not do it? Anyone who's connected to themselves, anyone who's connected to their humanity, unlike some of these cunts here in the chats, knows this because they feel it. It's there. It's in the fabric of you. It's in the fabric of your creation. It's in the fabric of the earth. That's the answer. It's simple. You just got to be human. You know? With your spirit still intact. It only takes a human to feel the way I do. And Steve does. right?
Absolutely. That's the contagious.
That's why we don't give a fuck. Okay, we stand naked in their presence and just tell them, "Come on, then, let's go. Let's go. We're here. We've been calling these pussies out for how many? 2 years now. Where are they? Huh? They tried to close in on us with their stupid, insidious network. They got us in there. And fuck them, and we're out. We're free, and now we're free. We're with the exact people who we're supposed to be, which is the real community, not their mock fucking bullshit net. That's what happens. That's the unpredictability of a maverick source, which they cannot predict, which we call the new signal, which they cannot read. Because it's a new signal, it's a new frequency. And we are the headpins of that new frequency, okay? Which they cannot predict. So they have no idea what we're going to do next. They think they do, they don't. Yeah.
And in whatever case, most of all, they fear the next move.
You know, for the last 2-3 days, we've had so many attacks on the Gnostic Takeover group and in the comments in our videos on YouTube and everything, on the Alphabetic community, attacks and threats. All they did was expose themselves. And now they're all fucked off. They're all gone. Where are they? Because they all exposed themselves. So what they did was they came, they hacked in, they tried to divide our community, fully exposing themselves, which gave credibility to what we have always been talking about, for everybody to see that what we have been talking about is actually the truth. And then they're gone now. Where are they?
Most certainly, Raven has deleted her account after she's been read as being Claire Edwards, the UN agent that she is.
Claire Edwards. Let me talk a little bit about Claire Edwards of the UN. She's an agent. Her story is, I used to work as an editor for the UN, for the United Nations, and I'm retired. But I'm on the UN pension right now. And yeah, that's it. No, she's still employed. She's still on their payroll as an agent, okay? With strong ties to Mossad, which poses as a security agency who is in charge of security in major international airports. And there's a reason for that, because it's got nothing to do with security. What these bastards do is they organize false flag terror attacks. That's what they're there for. Nothing to do with security. Control. And she's tied to them, and she was actually talking to us about the operations of Mossad and how they set up false flags. That's why these people can't face us. And they've got to come in to our media under an alias name, pretending to be someone else and attacking him and me, fully revealing themselves, thinking we're not going to know who they are. We know exactly who the fuck they are. They're so thick. They slay themselves, don't they?
Yeah, and it's quite interesting. I've had to block 4 people already here. I've never had that before.
The agents everywhere.
I normally don't interfere with the chats here, but I do not have to listen to any of this bullshit. So we'll just have to ride that wave. It comes with what we're doing, and I really like being successful in our operation. You see, I loved it when Errol said yesterday, I don't really like talking, because what do you prefer?
I like walking the walk rather than talking the talk. Because when you talk the talk, you end up with this crap, just stupidity.
Exactly. We're not here. You see, this is the point. The Gnostic takeover is not here for entertainment purposes. You can make it an entertainment. All right. I'm not interfering with that. How you want to frame that, an entertainment, and you make this because your mind is very curious. So you want to gather all that information but you see, my stance is I'd love to know more about history. I'd love to go deep into the mysteries. However, I've got a job right now. I'm employed by Planetary Intelligence, which the next step is to go for the kill.
Got a license to kill.
We've got the license to kill, and we're pulling the trigger because that is the information, the plant medicine guidance. And when we don't listen to the plant medicine slays us. That's how it goes. Yeah. So I don't have time to look into mysteries. I don't have time to look into history of Tartaria and how world history looks very, very different. I'd love to, can't. And the next one, out. Okay, we're not having any bullshit here. But it's complement of what we're doing.
It's confirmation of what we're doing. You know, these people, they portray themselves as stupid people. My bumhole this, my bumhole that, you know, like they're agents, man. They're agents, you know. That's what they are.
Yeah, and what we do, okay, someone is pointing this out, it's shamanism coming back. Shamans have been silent for a very long time, exactly. And we're breaking that silence. So what we do, me and Errol share is we work from the causal level of reality, that which changes the movie of reality. Whereas the truckers trying to fix the problem on the symptom level, making the situation worse than what it was before. Because these people running the system, they're not only Satanists, that's a different wording for ancient psychologists. They know when they poke you. They know about the wanting to be a unified human family that is triggered when the truckers are going in on Ottawa. They know all about this from their MK Ultra mind control programs that they run in the 50s and 60s and before that during the war. They know how you tick. They know when they poke you in that direction with the truckers that you're going to be, yeah, let's all unite, and it's the truckers and everyone's coming together. It's the program. You do not solve the problem from the symptom. You can never solve the problem on the symptom level. You have to go to the causal level where it hurts.
Yeah.
But it won't hurt you when you can accept that there is a truth that is independent what you think of it. It doesn't give a shit what you think about it. And when the truth says you're going in for the kill, you go in for the kill. Because otherwise you get killed. This is life. It's natural order. Every animal in the plant kingdom, in nature, understands this, and humanity is so fucked in their minds that oh no, it's too aggressive. No. It's self-defense principle in action.
People think we're aggressive. They ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing.
Everyone is putting all their hope on the truckers. Knowledge applied is power. The knowledge is that you cannot solve anything from the symptoms. What's going to happen? Are the truckers going to talk with the mafia, Satanists? They'll run the fuck away. And we also don't talk to them. We go into ceremony for the kill. That's what kills them. And all you have to do is be yourself, whatever happens in that ceremony, because we have no idea what will happen in that ceremony. If I meet Satan, I'm going to tell him to fuck off. I know you better than you do yourself. Doesn't matter. I'm not intimidated because we're here on the winning side. They're having to roll everything back right now, also in Austria. The Matrix is creating a scenario right now where the Constitutional Court of Austria has just sent a document of questions to the politicians to explain themselves. After 2 years, low-level intelligence, fucking mafia. Do you think I'm gonna now sit back? Oh, they're putting the measures back. It looks like the people are winning. Bullshit. It's the system. This Matrix playing games with you. This is what Satan does. He plays games. We're not falling for that. We know we're on the win here. It's never, ever in Earth history since we've had this Archon problem looked better than now. We've never, ever been in a better position to pull the trigger on the enemy. Now, who's going to pull the trigger? You can bet everything that I will pull the trigger.
Who's going to pull it, huh? Who's pulling it? Who's pulling it? We fucking put it. It's been pulled. That's why the truckers and the fuckers and the duckers and the knuckers. Distraction. That's why Putin's going crazy, threatening fucking Ukraine. That's why they're going mad in Kazakhstan. That's why they're going mad at the mandates in Austria of the Green Pass and full fascism. Because we pulled the trigger from Austria. And we're still sitting here, smiling.
That's why the truth is the biggest mystery. The biggest mystery is how can we sit here when everyone knows where we are? How is it that there is no one who comes even close to us? We have chilled days. Why? Because this reality works very different to their materialistic view of reality, what they've programmed everyone with. And even people who've been studying esoterics and spirituality for 50 years have not got this knowledge integrated where they can go and hunt down these Satanists and understand that they can't get to you because this reality is frequency based. If they come close to us, they get headaches, they get ill, they get sick.
They can't sleep, they can't eat. Yeah.
That's how it works. Protection. You see, because you have to clock that all of creation hates these scum. All of creation hates them. So I want to also talk about what happened in St. Corona, how it is that we know we have license for the kill. Okay? We have full protection because we know all of creation hates this scum and knows what needs to happen to remove this scum from the face of the earth so this realm is restored to natural order. And the reason why we know we've got license to kill is when you encounter such evil. When you really encounter full-blown Witikos, like in St. Corona.
Like Francie.
Yeah. Because you were there. You experienced that. I mean, what could you share?
Well, we had to go the day before yesterday, and then yesterday we had to go again, you know? Because when we went the first time, we went there basically to pick up Lizzie's stuff, which belonged to her. We shared some food stock. She had bedding, you know, and the sofa bed and stuff like this, cutlery, you name it. Most of it was hers because that prick ain't got fuck all because, you know, he is fuck all, you know. So we got there on the first day. He had all the doors locked. So I started kicking the door down and they started screaming in the house and they kind of surrendered. Okay, come to the back. So Liz went to the back and next thing they're engaged in a war, verbal war through the window. And then next thing I see is this whore who goes by the name of Lena, who's basically Francie's little bitch now, new bitch, throwing a bag full of food to Liz like she's a dog. Okay? They won't open the doors or anything because they're afraid of us. Okay? So they start throwing her stuff out the window. Right? And then they slowly come down. They see that I'm not really a threat. Okay? I'm standing in the background. Then they start opening the back door and like putting stuff outside the back door for us to pick. You know, keeping their distance because they're still shitting themselves, obviously. And she had a sofa bed in the house. They weren't allowing us to get in the house, right? So the cunt wouldn't put it outside for us either, okay? So we had to go back again yesterday, and there wasn't enough space in the van as well to put the sofa bed, obviously. So we had to come back anyway. And obviously she had 2 cats. She got the 2 cats as well. And then when we went back yesterday, we picked up the rest of the stuff along with the sofa bed. And this cunt turns around and tells Liz that Liz owns him 100 euros for nothing. What he's trying to do is basically suck energy. It's an attack on Liz, basically, to install guilt in her and weaken her. But what this prick doesn't realize is, okay, Liz is so powerful, okay? We are so powerful. We don't give a fuck about anything you do, Francie, okay? That's why, as I said to you in yesterday's video, yeah, you better prepare yourself, sunshine, okay, to protect yourself from what's coming. And I'm not going to give you a date. Keep you on your toes, you know? I decide when you fucking die, you cunt. All right? So that was our day yesterday, and yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Now, the next shot, the next call is on us, basically. It's in our hands.
Absolutely. When you encounter that level of evil, and you see, it's only people that have got a problem with the license to kill that have not encountered that evil and think they can read about spirituality. No, it works different. It works very different. And when you encounter that evil, it's as natural as daylight, as natural as you brush your teeth in the morning that you go for the kill. We can't have this here anymore. This is our home. We'd kick out a bugger who doesn't belong in our home and who interferes with our energy. We kick the guy out. These are principles. This is the moral code that changes the problem from the causal level. No drama needed. No breakdown of the food supply needed. No civil war in Kazakhstan needed or anywhere. Nothing. A clean operation. This is what we are specialized in. And that's what we got the medicine for. That's why we've got it.
Our job is to seek and destroy. Destroy archons, of course. That's our job. That's what we specialize in. Simple.
And one thing leads to the other. When I hear this sort of stuff went on there in St. Corona, and I know this guy and the sickness of him, this guy doesn't even give Liz's laptop back to her.
Yeah.
Liz has created like a year's supply of food. She created that herself through hard work. The harvest that she had in the garden, she made things to prepare for when crisis hits, and he doesn't want to give that to her. Oh my goodness, man. What evil? So what does Steve and what does Errol do? What does that tell me? Medicine, please give me intel into how I can hurt them the most. This is natural. Not your, I'm gonna send them love and it's all love. Love is the healing. Remember Walter, another member of the network, harvested, fully harvested, full of shit. Love is the healing. No, how can I hurt them? It's natural. That's what we've been conditioned by from this involutionary vampire empire that wants to control us. So keep the prisoners under control by never ever letting them resort to violence. That's why they're psychologists. They run operations on the mind in your psychology for you not to say enough is enough.
To keep you docile, to keep you tranquilized in tranquility, to keep you drugged up on bullshit. You're all drugged up on bullshit. Society is drugged up on bullshit. That's why they're docile, you know? It's such a shame. Fortunately, some of us are not.
As I said in the last live stream, the Thunderbird medicine is so important to know. Okay, we have a home now. We were homeless for 2 months, all right? So we've gone through hardship. But not only that, if you would know what they did and continue to do with the old people in the old people's home, boy, oh boy, the level of evil that you can do that to all people who cannot protect themselves, who cannot see their loved ones. Do you know the level of harm that is inflicted upon how many millions of people on the planet through this crisis? You cannot even imagine it, let alone feel the level of pain that these people have been through. Okay? This is the Thunderbird medicine. You come out of the bubble and you see, that's what they're doing. That's why I fucking lost it yesterday. Children, 6-7-year-old children, or even younger, going to kindergarten, having to wear muzzles because a fucking idiot in school is telling them to do that and teaching their mind virus to the little children that they're keeping safe through that. On my planet, on your planet, Thunderbird medicine says, oh, gotcha. They're doing this also. And the quantifiable harm that's being caused there. And then things start to pile up, and then it looks very, very different when Errol says, I've got a license to kill. Then the penny might drop for those who've not been harvested. If you don't get what Errol means by now, you have already been harvested by this sick force. And you've become that sickness. Unless you can somehow get back in alignment with the truth. No matter what that takes. But if you don't get the point after this explanation, I'm sorry. The truth is the truth, no matter what anyone thinks about it. And in actual fact, the only thing we serve and are interested in is the truth. That's why we're here to get the sword out, have the people that are not up for this leave this community, and the others staying in the community, the bond gets stronger.
It's one of the reasons why I made that video yesterday. Because one of the main purposes of the video was obviously to state the message, but the other reason was to separate the wheat from the chaff so we can see who's really who. Yeah.
That's how the demons get exorcised. And how do we know we're right on target? Oh, the wizard gets back into contact with us. Chris writes a message to us on Facebook, although he was never anything to do with social media. But we blocked him on Telegram because we know he's part of the network. So magically appears with a Facebook profile writing a message to me, Chris the Wizard. Oh, that's a good sign. Trying to again warn us not to do videos. Well, then we do videos, don't we?
We do more videos. You're still trying to save Heinz, Chris. Huh? You're still trying to save Yona from their demons. Hmm?
Oh my goodness, fuck. Once again, another Gary. Oh, we've got the Garys here on there. Yeah, goodbye. Wow. Yeah, and it's like in that video of Project Looking Glass. All right. So it's explained beautifully. Again, I'll have the link underneath in the description.
For the how many times?
I
As many
think-
times as you need, yeah.
Yeah, and we love to listen to that quite often because it's insightful. It's amazing.
It's the truth.
It's Bill Wood. Bill Wood on Project Camelot, another mind control operation. Kerry Cassidy, mind control victim. Satanic witch, controlled opposition.
Yeah, that's why Claire and her love each other.
Yeah, they love each other. Talking all about the secret space program to divert you of the problems that we have here on the earth. Especially not talking about how to solve them.
How dare you, Steve? Claire gave you a home to stay in. Because she wanted to control what you do.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But coming back to Project Looking Glass, it's already clear who's won, isn't it?
It's already clear who the winner is.
So what do we learn from this clip? That
We just continue to be, and the game is won. Only a few more chess moves to be made on the chessboard, but less than that now. But the final stage, last move, but it's inevitable. The demiurge, the evil, has lost. Has to go home. And guess what? It doesn't have a home.
and this is what they had to figure out with
So
their
now-
own technology.
Now we put them on the street. They don't put us on the street anymore. We take their fucking houses, which was us in the house in the first place, and we put them on the street. They come begging to us. Yeah?
This is what the elites of the world and their satanic overlords, okay, and right on the top of that structure is the high priest, who is the real middleman between the people and God. God being Satan in this ultra Hegelian dialectic. That's why we don't say God, get as offended as you like, because we're not his dog.
Source.
God, dog. We're not your fucking dog, Satan. We're your worst nightmare. We're the end of you.
Someone says their home is the abyss. We are the abyss. So come home. Yeah? Come home so we can slay the shit out of you.
And the elites of this world, they put so much effort, so much money they funneled into this project, into all these Black Ops project. And one of them is Project Looking Glass, in order to look into the future and see that it converges to one single timeline.
Yeah, which is the timeline we switched over.
Yeah, it's the timeline we switched over
It's
to.
the new signal we've been talking about, guys. You see?
Exactly, and I can highly recommend watching that. And the game is already won, and as he explains, the good guys have already won. Yeah, because when the light switch is switched on, darkness ceases to exist. That's how it works.
Yep.
That's the new signal, exemplified. Flick the light switch, and the darkness, and and where's now your argument that, the darkness is embedded in the terrain and you can't get rid of evil? I don't know. They must be robots.
Don't know. Yeah.
There must be robots.
Evil is embedded in the fabric of this reality. No, it's not. Arseholes like Gary are, though, isn't they? That's for sure.
Goodness me. Can only be a robot.
Bumhole Gary, yeah.
And now we've already won, but the chess moves still have to be played out. So we decided, because it runs according to our command, we end the whole game in 2022. I want it done by March, in actual fact, because that's when and then springtime comes and everything, the whole reality gets transformed, and we just continue teaching and talking about the natural order and principles of natural law. I couldn't think of anything more beautiful. Explain this to everyone, even to the politicians. Stupids. The world runs very different to how you thought it works. Should I explain? But only if I've got a good day. I might even want to continue my holiday. But that's what's going to happen. We are imagining a future into existing imagination instead of having reality manufactured by psychopaths, by idiots.
That's right. The only timeline is one timeline of the source, yeah. Source, not God. Source.
Exactly.
Originator. Source of everything. Yeah.
So they make one chess move, so we do the next. That's how it worked. That was what happened in St. Corona. You encounter that level of evil, and you go for the kill. Boom. And if that's not the last shot, we'll better make the last shot very soon. Because it's been quite a ride, and it's been a clean operation up to now, and we'll continue to keep it clean.
It's been a beautiful ride. I mean, the shit we've been through. When I look back on it, the 2 years we've had here, almost 2 years now, not quite, but almost 2 years in Austria. Yeah. Tangled up in a network, deceived by them, bamboozled by them, slayed them, freed ourselves from them after they split me and you, and you went into your descent, and then I ended up in a hut with a wizard and sleeping on a mountain somewhere, eating a handful of nuts every day, and drinking water from the river, and sleeping in a sleeping bag on the fucking mountains in the cold, and whatever it takes to slay these fuckers. I don't care.
Errol slept in the hut for how many months? 2 months?
Couple of months.
Couple of months with mice running around, so you couldn't properly sleep the whole night through.
Slugs everywhere,
and just a handful of nuts.
Leaking in the rain.
And maybe a gherkin or a few tomatoes every day to eat, only eating once a day. Only to slay them. That is dedication.
I'm glad I did it.
That is spirituality.
I'm glad I did it, because I had to do that to prove to the source that I'm worthy of doing this job. And now I'm here doing this job. That's it. It only made me stronger. That's how life works. That's how evolution works. You see?
Yeah.
This is the real Navy SEAL shit. Commando shit, special forces, military, whatever you want to call it. Not their stupid fucking armies. Let them send their armies. Fuck them. Let Putin send his stupid fucking new high-tech tanks and his little fucking bitch boy bend over backwards and forwards fuck boys, fucking military costume, fucking, they're nothing, man. I don't need weapons. I got my hands. Because I got my heart.
It's all a bluff. It's all the Truman Show.
All a bluff.
Yeah. You pull down the curtain of the lie, and the truth stands right there, shining light. They're not allowed to do anything here on this planet. You know why? Because we say so. High commanders of the highest source, protector of the earth, protector of humanity. Because we say so, Putin is not allowed to do shit. And none of these other little idiots, little nothings, little boys, little bitch boys of the Archons. We got the Archons in shit. We're nuking them. We're going for the kill of them. And if that has to be that we go for the kill of Satan, well, good, because he's a clown. He's nothing. That's why he has to create through religion this perception of, oh my God, you don't want to mess with the devil. Yeah, so you don't take him down. So the problem, it continues to exist. So then we create the New Age movement where you just have to imagine light and love, and that will... You see, what you fight, you become.
This is another demented, not just demented, but cementedly demented fucking ideology. How the hell can you become what you fight? Oh, don't fight the enemy because you become what you fight. How can you become what you fight? What the hell are you fighting it for in the first place? Because you're not it. It's opposing you. That's why you fight it, you Wally. You're supposed to fight evil, slay it, so that you don't become it.
Yeah, because then they assimilate you.
You become it when you allow it to flourish, because then they assimilate you and harvest you and colonize you and take you over. So yes, you do slay them. What? These farts are aggressive. What's it?
I don't know. It's quite a ride. Yeah, I used to be in this trap. I used to quote that. I even had that in my presentations. What you fight, you become. And then Gnosticism kicked in and I had to let that go. It's bullshit. But how did I know that it was bullshit? Through my concrete action. Through my experience, I realized, oh my goodness, what a load of baloney. It's untrue. Of course you don't fight them with no strategy. We get our strategy from the plant medicine.
Source.
From the source directly. How does the source communicate with us? Yeah, through our heart and the medium of ayahuasca and datura. Allies.
Through our being. The medicine is our allies. The source operates through our being, and our allies aid and assist us, back us up. That's why when this force comes to take us down, they look at us and they see the entire fleet, the entire army of the light forces of entire creation behind us. We standing in front, in this terrain, representatives of this terrain, responsible for this terrain. Us being in charge on the front line, and they behind us backing us up. Not that they're insignificant because they're behind us. They're backing us up. We're all in charge. The life forces. Life is in charge of this terrain. Okay? Not evil. Evil is a bluff. And
who talks? Just as a little bit of a side note, who within the so-called truth community talks about the light forces when most of them, nearly everyone I know, their base perception always comes from the dark force. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, and now they're doing that, and they're going to do this and going to do that. They never talk about the light forces.
However, then they go and listen to Barbara Marciniak and people like Dolores Cannon. And these people, they never talk about the evil forces. They're always talking about the light forces, and Dolores Cannon even denies outright that there are evil forces. She was posed a question in the seminar, but what about the dark forces, the evil ones, the evil beings? No, everything is good. There is no dark, there is no evil in creation. Wow. Wow. That's the archontic message, Dolores. Isn't it not? We're missing something here.
Yeah, real exposure of the dark forces. However, what I meant was their base perception of someone like David Icke, for example, is the dark forces are doing this, they're planning this, they're doing that. You're hypnotizing people to manifest that, David. That's what you're doing. Because you see what I've observed with David Icke, for example, being deeply immersed into David Icke's work. I've read all of his books, not all, but at least 10 of them, many twice. I can notice that he and his agenda has switched since 2020. What I saw in the last London Real interview was David hypnotizing the people watching to then manifest this Hunger Games society where he wants to be vindicated for the vindication. David, I think you're full of fucking shit for wanting to be vindicated. Who do you work for? Because I don't see you wanting to solve the problem that we're engaged in. What I could see in that London Real interview is you hypnotizing everyone who's watching who is not conscious of that very, very high level of hypnosis going on, in order for them to, through their subconscious implant, then manifest this reality that you portray into existence. This is what I saw, David. So we've got questions for you, Mr. David Icke, because it could just well turn out that you and others are the biggest problem that this truth and freedom movement and community and humanity actually has. Because one of the people made the point that they even very pointed point in the last video, very good point. They're even more sick with these so-called truth leaders than with the other Satanists themselves. At least they're overtly evil. But the high-level manipulation, disguised evil, projecting themselves as being wanting to become vindicated, it makes one sick. It makes me sick. And it's not. I'm making my point clear. I'm becoming absolutely clear. I'm a student of David Icke for at least 10 years saying this. Studied his work in detail. And I'm saying he's hypnotizing people to create that reality that the dark occult wants. And I do not let it count that people say, well, everyone's doing their part and they're giving you the flame because they did a great job. No, maybe they didn't do a great job.
They're not giving
Where has this movement led? It's not going anywhere when we don't pull the trigger. It's going nowhere. Truth is not for entertainment purposes and doing some more research and I've got a new hobby, you know, Errol. It's called looking for the truth. Bullshit.
Truth movement. How can you make a movement of truth? And truth is just truth, man. What a mocking to the divine. It's a movement. I mean, people like Icke or whatever, they ain't giving me nothing. Because I came to this planet fully aware of why I came here and what to do. I didn't need Icke to tell me about my life and what's going on in my life and what I'm here to do. I know what to do because I don't watch anyone or anything. I don't watch any media alternative or whatever. Nothing. And I know what to do. Why do I know what to do? Because I've seen someone like Ike. Because I know who I am. I know what I am. So I know why I'm here. And this is where the confidence comes from, which is perceived as arrogance. It's confidence because I know who I am and what I am. That's why I can speak this way, because I can. And that's why, because we know who we are, we can speak this way.
And I'm saying what I said, acknowledging that David helped me along my path, because with me, it was different. For example, I didn't come into this world knowing exactly who I am in actual fact. For 30 years of my life, I was confused. So the work of David Icke, I could synergize and alchemize that information to have my work prosper the way it's doing right now. So I give him that. However, I can see the bigger play that's going on here. And he's not honest.
Yeah.
That's why moral code kicks in and I say, David, you're going to have a problem with the Gnostic takeover.
Because you talk about the real problem from the beginning, all the way along until the problem kicks in and you stop talking about the problem. Until the symptom of the problem kicks in, and then you stop talking about the real problem and you focus on the symptom and you pull everyone into the symptom.
Then when it comes to solutions, and then people think, yeah, David, he goes into solutions. We're infinite consciousness and we're and you go into the heart and no, it's a repetitive feedback loop.
So now it looks like we're slandering Ike and all the rest. No, we're pointing it out to people so you don't fall into the trap, because they're causing more damage than they think that they're causing solutions and good. They're not.
And in actual fact, what I saw is high-level hypnotism.
And who the hell is this man on a ship you refer to, David? Huh? The man
in the interview. Yeah.
The man on a spaceship. I thought it was aliens on spaceships. What is a man doing on a spaceship? Is there something that you know about a man on a spaceship? Huh?
Yeah, I want to point this out to the community. Go and watch Activating the Magnetics Part 1. That was in April, where Errol did a full 2-hour, 40-minute amazing delve deep into plant medicine work.
That was a good interview, yeah.
Wow. I would highly recommend that to anyone. Peyote, and where Errol ended up with peyote. Weren't supposed to end up there.
Oh, I won't say it now. Just go and watch the video.
Yeah, exactly. So at another point, we'll talk about that again. Okay, so I'd like to wrap this up. It's been good.
Was there anything else that we're going to mention?
This with Ike, for example, this goes hand in hand with the title. It's the truth will shock you, like with mind control. Mind control is shock therapy that keeps you in the program, but you get out of the program through the truth, through shock.
Yeah, guys, we speak this way, okay? Because we're not afraid. We don't beat about the bush to try and make an effort to not rattle anyone's cage and be nice. We just say it for what it is, yeah? Because we can't put our energy into making effort to look nice to people and presentable. You know, it's just, it is what it is, and we are what we are. Yeah. We don't pretend. We don't play with ourselves. We don't pretend. If we have to say something, we say it. If people are offended by it, well, like they say themselves, do your inner work.
Yeah. You love us or you hate us.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Simple.
That's how it goes. If you hate us, this is not for you. If you love us, you're with us. And we're always happy to get criticism if it is.
What is the name of the video we should watch? Activation
of the Magnetics. I'll also put it in the link underneath.
Part 1 or just activation of the Magnetics?
Part 1. That isn't Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Just activation of the magnetics.
True shamanism in action. That's powerful. Yeah. Yeah. So we continue to play the chess moves, and I think the next chess move is going to be beautiful. It's going to come soon in the form of ayahuasca datura. Boy, that's going to be interesting. And yeah, I would say we leave it at that. I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Errol, for taking the time, like me.
Yeah, now I'm going to go and chill.
We're going to go back into chill mode. We had a nice, very nice Sunday. Actually, today went for a nice walk.
A nice
A
windy,
windy
walk.
walk, yeah.
A windy walk. It was proper windy. And we went up to ancient castle on top of a mound, high mound, abandoned,
Oh, yeah.
abandoned, doors locked, everything, darked out, blacked out, looked like fucking Skeletor's castle from He-Man. And basically, it looks like and feels like they're doing some shit in that castle as well, in the chambers of that castle.
So what did we do there?
We did a high command. Commanded all evil to leave, and the wind went crazy, didn't it? The sky went dark, and the wind became strong. So looks like another place we need to clean up, don't it?
Yeah.
And where is this place?
That's Schloss Neulenkbach.
Neulenkbach, Österreich.
No.
Schloss.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's right, network. We're coming after all your little sick operations, and we're not just standing outside and doing a high command anymore. We're coming in there, fucking digging out the filth. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I want to thank everyone here. Have a great day. Keep slaying, because the little slays can sometimes be just as sweet as the big slays. You know, slay your mother in the meantime. Slay your brother. Whoever you can slay, just... It can also be like a short one, just slay them with the truth. The truth and slay is the equivalence of each other. And then you'll be able to sleep like three babies at night. Calm.
Yeah, the thing with
relaxed.
us is, no matter what, we always sleep good. They try and do witchcraft on us and everything, but it doesn't affect us. We sleep good. However, them, they can't sleep at night, can they? They can't sleep anymore. They can't eat. Yeah, we sleep well.
All right. I would say we keep it at that. Till next time, much love. All right. Keep slaying.
Okay.
Keep doing the great work through the nature of the slay.